compartilhe nossos vídeos, se inscreva no canal e deixe seu like. Desde já agradecemos.
You can give him a hard time one more time. From this position here, once again I grab the belt, reach for the collar, push off him, put my knee here. When he puts the hand on the knee like this, you can also bring your hand on the inside, bringing his elbow up, stepping over the leg, resting the knee on his stomach, and going right for the arm lock. Once again. So from here, hold the belt with one hand, the other hand with the thumb inside the collar. Push off him, find yourself in base here. As he brings the hand, you can either go for that arm lock this way that we talked about, or you can bring your hand on the inside, raising his arm. From here, step over the leg, spin around, and you got the arm right here for the arm lock. So from this position, grab the collar with the thumb inside, second hand on the belt. Hop up, put your knee on the stomach. Bring the hand inside, raise his arm, step over the head, spin around, and when you sit back, you have the arm right here. Keep your legs together, snug. So from here, grab the collar, hand on the belt. Hop up, knee on the stomach. He pushes the hand on the knee, bring your hand on the inside, raise his arm, step over the leg, over the head, and as you sit back, you have the arm right here. One last time here. From this position then, grab the belt, hand on the collar. Hop up, bring your hand inside of the arm, step over, spin back, and you keep your knees together, hold the wrist, and raise your hip. Okay. So these are some of the techniques that you have when you are on top, some suggestions that you can do on the attack when you're on top of the person. If you find yourself on the bottom with your opponent on top of you, if you find yourself with your opponent on top of you like this, and you're now on the bottom, on the cross mount position, on the bottom end of it, the first thing you want to do is get the person from this almost mounted position into your guard, which is the safest position to be if you have to be on the bottom. So he's across the side. I want to bring my hand under the arm like this, and the second hand wedging my elbow on this hip right here. From this position, you want to scoot your hip away, bring your knee underneath him, and put him on your guard. Let me do this by myself one time. So if I'm here, and you have the opponent laying across, put your arm under his arm, this elbow, the arm braces his hip. Once again, flatten your leg, put your foot in the ground so that you can scoot your hip away. Be sure you raise your hip off the ground a little bit so that you can scoot your hip away. Hold him away with your arm, with the frame of the arm, and bring this knee through, bringing him back inside of the legs. So from this position here, he's laying across, his legs are on this side. I'm going to wedge this hip with my arm, bring this hand under his arm, scoot my hip away, bring the knee through, and then cross your legs behind his back. When you start bringing your knee underneath the person's body, more often than not, this leg is going to get stuck inside of his legs. If you keep trying to bring the leg out, you're going to get stuck. So the trick at this point, as soon as you bring your knee as far as much as you can, put this foot on the ground and use this foot to scoot your hip away. So it kind of feels like this. You wedge your opponent with the elbow, scoot your hip away, bring your knee through as much as you can. You can only go so much with that knee. Now plant your foot on the ground, and using this foot, scoot your hip back away so that you can put him in your guard like this. Royce, one more time, please, on this side. So from here, bring your hand under his arm. The other hand is wedging the elbow. Scoot your hip away. Bring your knee through here. See, I can only go this much. You're going to find yourself stuck with this. If you want to help with this leg, to hold his leg back, to give a little more movement, is fine. But ultimately, this foot here on this side has to rest on the ground so that I can plant my foot and then move my body away to end up with him inside of my legs in the guard. Okay. Another situation that might occur is when you're having a person across the side. He then turns his body sideways, puts the top leg back to prevent himself from falling back. If I lift my hip up, he braces himself with this leg, and then he swings the foot over to this side. The plan is to go up from here and goes to the mounted position. That's his objective. Across the side, please, Royce. What happens is, this is the leg protecting him from falling back. At the moment that this leg comes over here and steps on this side, his body weight is still on this side. So if I lift my hip up and roll him back, I will be able to throw him backwards because his weight will be off balance, easily to be taken backwards. That's the position. He's sideways with the top leg holding him back. The trick here is your sensitivity to feel his body weight remains on this side, even though his leg swings over to this side. So just the leg moves over, the same leg that was bracing him from falling back. So as soon as this leg travels over and touches the ground, there's nothing protecting him from falling back. That's the moment that you lift your hip up. Once again, Royce, please. If when the leg raises from the ground and is halfway up, and you lift your hip up, now he has time to back up with that leg and brace himself. Timing is of the essence, because when you bring your leg over here, Royce, when he touches the ground, that's the time to lift your hip up. If you do it too soon, he has time to step back with that leg. So the trick is waiting for the leg to touch the other side, and then you lift your hip up and roll him back. Let's do this from the other side, Royce, please. So here, I can actually see, his leg right here, hand around the waist, both feet on the ground, and as he steps over, time to lift your hip up and roll him back. One last time on this side, please. Again, if you do it too soon, raise your leg, Royce. He has time to go back and brace himself with that leg. The trick is to bring this leg over there, and only when he touches the ground, you have to raise your hip and roll him back. Back up, Royce, please. If you wait too long, step over, Royce, he mounts. And now the lifting of the hip is not going to work. If he raises the hip off the ground, it doesn't work. So the timing in here, leg up, Royce, is to lift your hip and roll him back. Okay. 1 second, let me do it by myself, please. So from this position, the hand is under his arm, the other hand is holding his waist, both feet on the ground. As soon as I feel his foot lift on the ground, if I do now, he's got time to back up the foot. If I wait for his foot to touch the ground here, he doesn't have time to come back with the leg before I can roll him back. So only when the foot goes over and touches the ground, that's when you raise your hip and roll him over. So from here, the other situation is, instead of having the top leg back this way, instead of having the leg this way, your opponent now shifts the position of the legs. He keeps the bottom leg straight and the top leg kind of tucked in next to me. By having the top leg tucked in here, I can't lift my hip and roll him back anymore, because this leg is now bracing him. With this leg now bracing him, it makes it impossible for the person on top to just swing the top leg over. He can't keep one leg straight and step over with the other leg. He now is forced to slide the knee gradually over my stomach. It's a different way of accomplishing the same position to get into the mounted position. And because he's shifting his balance to be able to slide the knee gradually over my stomach, and I can't just roll him back, I'm going to use an option which is to use my elbow to lift his leg up. As soon as he puts the weight over to this side, the back side gets very light. See how light his leg feels getting off the ground here. By lifting the leg up, I can now bring my leg under his leg, catch the leg, put my hand here on the shoulder, scoot your hip away, bring your knee out, and then cross your legs behind his back. One more time, please, Royce. So the trick is to use this elbow close to his knee, right here under his knee. In this case, I recommend that you keep one leg flat, because if you keep both legs up, you're going to take more time to bring the leg down underneath him. As soon as you see this leg straight, this leg should be flat, because you know he's going to have to slide the knee over the stomach, and this facilitates or saves time as he brings the knee over, Royce, please, over my stomach. My leg is already coming underneath him. As soon as he throws the weight over, it's easier. Put your legs closer to the objective, which is to go under his leg. Trap his foot, scoot your hip away. Once again, by lifting my hip off the ground, it makes it a lot easier for me to bring my knee through, my hip away. I then bring the knee through on this side and cross the legs. So from this position, once again, please, same thing. He's sliding the knee, I keep my leg flat. As I do this, he keeps bringing the weight over. I lift his leg up, bring my knee under, catch the leg. If I don't trap his leg, it's easy for him to just go over and mount the leg over here. He can do this and establish the mounted position. So it's important when you get your leg out, you secure the position by controlling his leg. The hands now will work on bracing his knee so that you can scoot your hip away and bring your knee out. Sometimes you might find this leg trapped in here, making it difficult to get your leg out. I recommend that you put your weight on this leg, transfer your weight to this foot, so that you can swivel your hip this way, making it easier for you to get your leg out, and then cross your legs behind his back. The other side, please. So that's the move. From here, my elbow, because the leg is straight, my elbow is tucked in here, right underneath his leg. Leg flat on this side. As he slides the knee over, I feel his weight shifting over. Lift the back leg, catch the knee. Scoot my hip away. Don't just try to bring this leg over, because more often than not, your foot's going to get stuck. Put your foot on the ground here. Swivel your hip back this way, and then cross your legs behind his back. And the other one's right here. Okay? Top legs, the bottom leg is straight, the top knee goes on my stomach, hand is under his arm. Once again, the trick is if I try to dig in the leg and lift him up now, it feels too heavy, I'm gonna get stuck. The moment is when his weight shifts over. That's when the leg feels light on this side. That's the trick. That's what makes it easier for you. Lift the leg up, catch the knee, plant your foot on the ground, and then scoot your hip away as much as you need to. Bring the leg in. If your foot gets stuck under his leg, plant your foot on the ground here, transfer the weight to this leg, and then swivel your hip back so that you can now cross your legs behind his back, which is your objective if you're on the bottom. All right. If when you do the same movement, he's got the leg straight, sliding the knee over the stomach. You do the same movement here. If your opponent leaves the weight on this side, as you scoot your hip away, you might consider the option of, instead of putting him in your guard, to do this move here. If his weight is in this position, consider reaching out with his hand to grab his wrist. Slide your hip further out. And with the top leg, reach over and catch his leg. so that you can find yourself behind his back and you can go for the choke or whatever you want to do at that point. Look at this on the other side, please. Actually, they should be the other way. That's what I meant right here. All right. Once again, so the hand is under here, the leg is flat. He's going for the mounted position. I lift his leg up, bring my leg under, trap the leg. As we talked about, you could put him on your guard. But if his weight is down here, there's no reason why not take an offensive stance here, which is reach over for his arm, grabbing his wrist with this hand, scoot your hip away, clearing yourself a little more space. Rest your shoulder on the ground and climb up. Now you're on his back so that you can get him on the choke or attack him from behind. This side, Wes, please. The other side. Under, leg flat, elbow on the ground. He goes over, I raise the leg, catch the leg under. I feel his weight is on this side. I scoot my hip away, reach over, get a hold of his wrist on this side. Reach the leg over his back. I put my knees on his back here. Stand on this side, please. So from here, raise the leg. Sometimes, back up for a sec, Royce. Sometimes when you're doing this move, you might want to just bounce your hip one little bit. Go ahead, Royce. Because by bouncing your hip, it gives you just enough of a little, just enough to get the leg out. Just kind of throws him up, and then you bring your leg under. So you bounce your hip just to throw his weight up, catch the leg. Trap the leg here. Secure the arm. Work your way around. Be sure that you don't try to get this arm out first. A lot more work. Keep your shoulder on the ground. Use your shoulder or your head on the ground if you need. Secure the wrist. Scoot your hip away. Leave your shoulder on the ground and just climb up with the foot. From here, by bringing the leg over, I'm already on my knees. All I have to do is raise my hip. And that puts me in a very solid, strong position behind his back. Okay. All right. If when the person is about to mount, you bounce your hip up, catch his leg, scoot your hip away, get a hold of his arm, everything is happening the way I want. But now, I can feel his weight is pushing me that way. I can't go over his back. He's got too much weight pushing that way. He's resisting that. Secure the wrist, bring this hand under his leg, scoot your hip, swing the leg for momentum, and then throw him over. And you'll find yourself in the mounted position. Once again, Royce, please. The other side. So I'm here. He's about to mount. I lift, bring the leg under, catch the leg. I'm planning on going to his back. But he's leaning the weight backwards here. I catch the wrist. If I can't get a hold of the wrist because the hand is too far, it's okay. Just hold around his waist here, his body. As soon as I feel his weight going this way, take advantage of it and just roll him all the way around. Follow up so that you can end up on top of him in this position. Shove. Scoot my hip away, go to his back, and if he resists, take him over and mount. Side, please. My idea again is to go to his back. When he resists, embrace the guy and roll him over. Follow up, but you can stay on top of him all the way around. One last time, Royce, on this side. One second. So you may ask, which one do I want to do? Well, I don't know. You have to feel when you do the technique which one flows easier for you at that time. So as we do this one right now, the next one, I don't know where I'm going to end. I'm going to try to feel his body weight because that's going to dictate to me which way I should carry his weight. Actually, he's going to tell me what's going to happen. I kind of play off his reactions, if you know what I'm talking about. Once again, Royce. So he's across the side. I want to go to his back if I can. So if I have the choice, I want to do this and go here. The plan is always go on top if you can choose, huh? Okay, we have one more situation that I'd like to show you this time. When a person is across the side and he's got both of his knees on the ground and just maintaining this position, to scoot your hip away and put him on your guard is one option, as we saw a few minutes ago. However, you can also, if you want, from this position here, kind of scoot your hip away from him. It depends on how much space you can acquire between you and him. Leave your shoulder on the ground, bring your leg under and out. From here, get a hold of his leg, pull him under, take him down, and establish a position on top. Sideways, please. So here what you do is that you're going to your knees. From this position, he gets this much, you can scoot your hip away from a little more space. Keep your shoulder on the ground, bring the bottom leg under, find his leg, up, down, and then immediately follow up by going on top of him. To the side, please. Away. Bring this leg under. Catch the leg, lift him up, and then follow up, establishing a position on top of him. See on the other side. So here, scoot your hip away, bring the leg up and under, get a hold of his leg, pull him under, and follow up by establishing a position on top. Let's do this move one more time. So from here, scoot your hip away, bring your elbows in, go to your knees, get a hold of the leg, pull him under, and get up. Be sure that when you go to your knees, from this position, your hand is under his arm, the other hand is on the hip. Tuck your elbows in, bring your knee up, walk around facing him as much as you need to, whatever feels comfortable for you. Get a hold of his leg, lift him up, and then push him back. Royce, one last time on the other side, please. So the hands are here. Scoot your hip away. If you need to bring both hands down, do it. Go to your knee. Walk around it, whatever it takes to adjust the movement to your convenience. Get a hold of his leg, bring him down, and then go on top of him. We now are going to run through a quick review of the techniques that we saw on this tape. We have seen this right here. If from this position the guy straightens the arm, we fall into this, straighten the arm. If he moves the hand all the way down, hold the arm like this, hold my own wrist, turn the body sideways, leg over the head, tighten back. He grabs the collar. This hand goes under, gets a hold of my collar, go around, walk around to his head. Please turn this way here, please. Right here. Get a hold of the wrist, lift the arm up, glue it to your chest, and then torque back. The other side, please, right here. If I do this move, walk around, roll him to the side. He holds his belt. I get a hold of my collar, elbow on the ribs, put the knee, sit back, and complete with the arm lock. You should keep your knees together. We can also, from this position, get a hold of the collar, get a hold of the belt, Push off of him. Planting the knee on the stomach. Bug his neck so that as he blocks the neck, we go into the mounted position. Get a hold of the collar. Grab the belt. Push off of here. As my hand has the thumb inside the collar, I can bring the second hand underneath, reaching for the other collar all the way in, and then squeeze with two hands. That's one option. The other option from here is to grab the collar, grab the belt, hop up, rest the weight on top of him. Instead of doing this choke, we now grab the hand under his neck, other hand on the belt. Hop up, the second hand follows this one here, bring the hand around the neck, and then complete with the choke this way. If from here, when I jump up, he puts the arm on my chest, pushing me back, I can secure the arm, step the leg over the head, fall back, and then hyperextend the arm. Grab the collar, stand up. He puts this hand here, trap the arm, secure the elbow, and then bend forward to hyperextend the arm. Grab the collar. If he puts the hand on my knee, I can hold the wrist, bring this hand under, glue the elbow to my chest, and torque back. Or from here, you can bring the hand inside, raise the hand, step behind his back, fall back, keeping the knees together, squeeze the arm tight, and raise your hip. Squeeze your hip away, bring your knee under, shift the weight to this leg, put him on your guard. If he's sideways, and he's going to step over with this leg, raise your hip, rolling back. That's one option. If the bottom leg is straight and he's sliding the knee over, use your elbow, raise the leg, trap his foot, scoot your hip away, put him on your guard, and cross your legs. Or bring your elbow under, catch his leg, scoot your hip away, find his wrist, climb on his back, and end up mounted behind his back. Same thing, as he resists, rolling back, and end up on the mounted position. From here, he's on his knees, hands under in this position, scoot your hip away, tuck your elbows in if you need, go to your knee, get a hold of the leg, bring him under, and end up in a cross-mounted position. Well,
compartilhe nossos vídeos, se inscreva no canal e deixe seu like. Desde já agradecemos.